positive energy, and good vibrations from me to you. You have now tuned in to Imperfect Fathers Podcast. Yo, what it do? What it do, my people? What it do? It's been a little minute. Positive energy from me to you. This is the Imperfect Fathers Podcast. What it do, y'all?
What's going on? You already know it's your boy KB back at it with another episode of the Imperfect Fathers. You know, we out here doing fatherly things.
Yo, Dave, what up, man? Say the peoples.
Good evening, gentlemen and fathers. Out here working. Out here working.
You know, what movie I just seen the other day, just yesterday, or some of it. You know, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Boy.
We just trying to make the money for this rent.
That's it. All we out here trying to do is get to this bag and take care of our babies, man. Yo, listen, if you don't know, this is the Imperfect Fathers Podcast, where us fathers come around to talk about things that help us fathers out move forward in the spaces where we are in as fathers, husbands, dads, you name it. Any space that we're in as men, we come through to help inspire, entertain, as well as encourage to be better individuals who we are into yesterday and going forth into tomorrow. Yo, I'm having a hard time talking today, y'all. It's been a little minute since we've been on the podcast, so I might be a little rusty over here. We got comments popping already. Oh, we got comments popping already, y'all. Look at that. Long time. Yo, Jay, listen, yo, it's been a few weeks, Jay.
Without a dope beat to step two.
Yo, listen, we apologize, man. Listen, real fathers doing real things, man. So we apologize for taking these weeks off. We back. But you guys know around here we got to do things in decency and in order. So what that means is we got to talk to our pops, the most perfect pops, and we pay our bills around here. So with that being said, dear God, thank you. Thank you for opportunities. Thank you for life. Thank you for experiences. Thank you for health and strength, and as well as relationships and responsibilities. God, we're grateful for everything that comes with manhood. We appreciate our roles on this earth. We appreciate our roles as our family. Right now, God, we actually strengthen us to help us move forward as we be better fathers, better husbands, better leaders for our children today, tomorrow, and the days to come. These things we do pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Yo, to pay these bills around here, listen, for all your music needs, whether it be hip hop, gospel, R&B, you name it. This producer that's sitting right here below on this side is a phenomenal producer. It's now or never entertainment is his business. And what he does is he helps bring all your music needs to life. So if you have a project in your head and you're looking to have that come to life, holler at him. He's a phenomenal producer, patient, dedicated to his work. So if you have any kind of music needs, holler at him. But check this out. It's not only enough to holler at him, but he's going to give you a discount. If you go over there and you use the word imperfect, he'll give you 50% off on any beat in the beat store. That's 50, y'all. Half off any beat in the beat store. So shop smart, shop black, shop It's Now or Never ENT, and tell them we sent you. Listen, guys, also pay sponsor this podcast, Cassie's Classic Designs. KB is the only one wearing right now in full uniform right now, so he's the man. But check this out. Anything printed behind me, most of it you can see behind me was made by Cassie's Classic Design. Anything you need printed, hats, clothes, t-shirts, drawers, socks, you name it, she can do it for you. So holla at her at Cassie's_classic_design on Instagram. And if for whatever reason you don't want to be on Instagram, get at her directly at Cassie's Classic Design at gmail.com. Yo, so KB, man, what's the topic of conversation today, bro?
Yo, we coming with one today. So we're asking, is it peace or peace?
What matters more, the peace or the peace?
Peace. You understand me? So
hold on. What did he say? Common sense in Toledo, Ohio.
Oh man, I'm in Cincinnati. I ain't too far.
Yes, indeed. Yo, but so check this out, yo, Dave. What's important to you, bro, at this stage of the game? No. Well, you know what? Let's not say that. Let's not go there yet. We matured in life, right? Let's go back into yesteryear. Yeah, let's go back to yesteryear right quick. What was more important yesterday, D? Was it the peace of mind, or was it a piece of that behind?
um, Looking back in hindsight, I wish I would have said a peace of mind.
Man,
But that piece put me in a in a spot, boy.
you.
Getting that piece puts you in a spot when you're young. But
Hmm.
shoot, now in yonder years, everybody looking for a piece. But now just once you realize the road you gotta walk, you just want that peace of mind.
Shit.
Man.
You really want that peace of mind. Cause once you start really, seeing how everything breaks down and you start realizing, damn, that road ain't gonna be as short as I thought it was. You start saying like, damn, that thing long. I'm gonna do this by myself or what? You start
Journey.
looking, you like, man. So it's like, yeah, I think I need peace of mind more than anything. I mean, at this stage in the game, I'll take me somebody to just cook and clean and hold the crib down at this point. Don't even gotta touch me if it that goddamn came to it. Like, I'm okay.
My
I can
nigga
always pay.
said he
You
don't
can
he
always
don't
pay
need
for
the
that.
piece of ass no more. He don't
Yeah,
need the
you can
piece of
always pay for
chain no
that.
more.
Like, I mean, right now it's just the journey. Anything that helps you on this journey right now is really what what I'm looking for in particular.
Nah,
So
you speaking that you preaching, King.
yeah,
You out here preaching, Chief. Like,
Yo, let me tell you, it's not. It's like, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Me before my wife, I was a peace chaser. You hear me? And I'm not talking about a peace of mind chaser either. I was
you want
chasing
a
the piece of that
piece?
tail. I was trying to get in them drawers ridiculously
Yeah.
everywhere I went. Like that's exactly what I was on.
Hmm.
And at that stage of my life, like that's what I chased. And believe it or not, in that space of my life, those pieces gave me the kind of peace I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like in that space, I wasn't committed to nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nobody had commitment from me. So back then it was cool to get a piece here, a piece here, or a nasty piece over here. You know what I mean? It was cool to get different pieces all over the place. But the older you get, and when you realize time, like you said, my man Dave said, when time starts talking to you, because time ain't talking to us when we're younger. It's talking, but we don't hear it. But when we start hearing time talk to us, and we start realizing, like, yo, all these different pieces of tail don't give us inner peace, right? That inner peace, that's right there where the money is at.
yo, it's priceless, my G. You can't put a price on it. And if you did, whatever that price is, I'm gonna try to get it for you, cause because at
I
the
don't
end of
care
the
what the
day,
number is.
at the end of the day, it's nothing like coming home and everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. Everything is exactly how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Worry-free, stress-free environment. Just to be able to just sit down in the chair, or what, if that's what you love to do, or do whatever you love to do.
Right in that space.
Oh,
Yeah.
my, listen. What I tell you, listen. That peace,
So
man.
how do you like? So the question, fellas, how do we get like if we talking to a woman out there right now? How do we help them to give us that peace? Like if you were giving advice to a woman right now about giving a man a sense of peace, what would you tell her?
Man, I think that's a loaded question. I think
Absolutely is.
um honestly,
Unpack that.
I honestly think that until we could find peace within ourselves, that's too much to ask for somebody else to give us.
True.
It's honestly way too much to ask.
You ain't
Um,
lying.
and and I think that women does do that to us a lot too, where they're asking for happiness, and they're asking us for their happiness. And if you're not, like what Lauren Hill says, you can't be right if you ain't you know what I'm saying, like you can't find
How you
peace if
gonna
you ain't
win if
right
you
with
ain't right within?
you just cannot do it. So I think it's an inner thing. I think we have to be at a place that we can seek peace and find peace before we try to go and invite somebody else within our space. Now, if we're at peace and we invite you into our space, we gonna need you to come with some kind of that same energy now before, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. Like, find peace within yourself, find peace within solitude.
Yo,
You
so
know what
let
I'm
me ask you
saying?
a question right quick, fellas, before we, because you just brought a point up that I was talking about this week, KB, about why is that so many black men, especially as black men, we find our women before we find our purpose. Why do you think that is?
Man, honestly, I think for a lot of us, because we mature um, not as fast as women, and women has this keen eye to really see something within you that you really don't see within yourself. And unfortunately, a lot of times the women that birth that, you really
I
don't end
was
up
just
with.
about to touch that.
So because the woman that you were with, the time that they find that, unfortunately, you dragged her through the dirt. She and unfortunately she birthed you. She birthed the purpose, or she caused you to walk towards that purpose.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, you weren't mature enough and weren't ready enough for her. And the next woman reaps the benefit where that she sowed. And a lot of times, women bounce back very, very well, and they'll go on and hopefully do better things. So wish them a doing, wish them well.
Yo, what you got over there, D, about that, man?
I just think that we're not taught about relationships, so
That's a
I
fact.
think
Mm,
that's first and foremost, because look how we all just said in the beginning, how we opened the topic, how we was all like, yo, peace, a peace.
right.
Because in reality, dog, like that's what you gotta do in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we wild, bro. We don't. I didn't start. I'm 30, 39, and shit. I ain't realized what I like till I was like 34, 35.
Right.
Like
That's a
I
fact.
just learned what I like 4 years ago.
Right.
Like, you know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So it's like it's impossible to say that you're gonna meet a shorty and like yo, I can't honestly start saying that I didn't have anything positive to tell a woman till I was like 35. I'm gonna be just straight honest.
Yeah. And
Like,
like,
yo, I
I'm
couldn't,
glad you said that, D, because
yo,
it's so
because I
true.
mean, yo, I didn't learn what the hell I liked and what I wanted till I was like 4 years ago. There, I started realizing what like, oh shit, like I like to move like this. I like
Hmm.
this
Mm.
what I like to do. And then so it's like, damn, imagine having to do that with a shorty since you like 18, 19, 20. And it's just like that ain't
So
even fair. But
that's
we was never taught that.
And then
And
they
I
we
mean,
we get mad when they don't want to follow. You know what I'm saying? Like we get upset when they don't want to commit or that big word that submit, right? Like that's the big trigger word these days. When you say the word submit to somebody, it's like, oh, I'm not submitting to it. But the only reason they feel that way is because we're not giving a direct direction. We don't have a direct
leading them
direction.
to the
that's what I'm
slaughter.
saying.
We
Right.
honestly leading them to the slaughter. And I mean, at the end of the day, if you have to ask for someone to submit to you, that means that you're, in my personal opinion, and it's not always the case, but it honestly means that she's insecure in your ability to lead.
Facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely. You
And
ain't lying. That's
there's
a
no
stunner
wrong with
right
that.
there.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro. But and like she and think about this. If you ask your mans, like as men, there's three men sitting on this platform right now. As men, if you think like we sit in the car right now and one of us is driving and you don't look confident where you going, one of us at some point gonna ask you, like, yo, fam, where
You good?
yo, you know where you going?
Bruh, I was just in a similar situation just last night because we had to ride up to Columbus for a show.
Mhm.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, my boy, he drives for a living, but he's up at 3 o'clock in the morning and he's the one driving.
Mm.
Passenger knocked out. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to sleep back here. I'm keeping bro up in conversation. And it's the same type of situation. Like, we know where we're going.
Mhm.
It's just the simple fact that I know that you've been up for this long and I can't trust you right now to drive this vehicle to where we need to go. So because of that, I'm going to help talk you through it.
Damn
And
right.
I believe a lot of women are just the same thing. I can't trust you to lead us to where we need to go. So we gonna do this, or I'm gonna make the decisions, and this is what's gonna go, or I'm gonna question everything that you have to say.
Facts. And like, you know what's so crazy? I've learned that when you get in question and you don't like it, it's only because you don't have the answers. Like, I've learned that. Like, when, like, anytime somebody questions you and you don't have the answers, you get frustrated. You get annoyed. Why are you asking me that? So, like, leave me alone. I'm thinking. You get annoyed, but the truth of the matter is you don't know the answer, because when someone asks you a question that you know, you say it with no problem. Oh, yo, where we going? Oh, yeah, we going around the corner, just that and third. We going at that place. When you don't know, it's like, ah, damn. Uh, and you know that pride of ours is like, yo, I don't want to say I don't know. Like, no man wants to say that for some reason. Our ego and our pride is like, has a stop on those words. Like, the I don't know factor does not want to come out of our mouths.
I think we need to get over that.
Oh, listen, KB, I'm over it. Like, how many, yo, between the both of y'all two are the guys that I come to on a regular basis about information, technology with you, KB, information with you, Dave. And I tell you how many times I don't know, yo. Listen, yo, me and Dave was in gun range today, and I was like, yo, bro, I don't know what I'm doing with this automatic gun right now. I have no clue what I'm doing with this thing. And guess what? He showed me, right?
One of my favorite places in the world.
He showed me what to do, though, right? Like, he showed me, and guess what? Now I know what to do. So my pride was only hindering me from receiving the knowledge. So we really got to get out of the space where we letting our pride hinder us from getting information, communicating with our women, understanding them. Because think about this, like, if we can't say that we're wrong or we don't know, how can you communicate with somebody? Think about that.
That's just tough because we live in a society that pacifies everything.
Oh,
so it's like you can't correct somebody, and you can't correct somebody, and you can't correct somebody anymore. You can't, like,
It's a fact.
yo, between it's crazy out here because it's like
Dave's can't even say it right now.
listen,
Yo, listen, I'm not getting canceled, so you can say whatever you want on my platform.
It's like, dog, like, and I hate to kind of like bring spirituality into it, anything like that, but it's just like, yo, if you believe in nothing higher than yourself, like,
Right.
yo, you in a dead end road, bro.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at some point in time, like, you got to figure out that, like, success requires order. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you think that, like, you are the supreme being out here, bro, like, yo, wait until you meet life, bro. The big, man, I gotta find that video clip, bro. I gotta find that video clip with that dude, man. When you meet life in the real world, you be like, oh,
yeah.
And it's like, oh, but, and then you look back and then like, oh, but what happened? And it was like, yo, because life was serious, and like,
yeah, you was playing. Like,
you
and let me tell you something.
So you really can't tell nobody nothing. And then, yo, all these young bulls out here, they feminine, dog. Like, you can't correct them or criticize them without them going to get a pistol.
Yeah.
It's like, yo,
because you know what's the crazy part was? I don't think at no point you could, because back in our day, they called you a hater for telling the truth. Like, if you told your man,
back in our days, you take it and you people had to give you 5 minutes. People had to shoot the fair one with you. Now they just coming around getting pistols.
But look, even
there's
on
a difference
that,
back in the day, because at least, shoot, I'm an '80s baby, and in the '80s, I remember fighting a dude across the street like 6 times.
But look,
exactly
but even the fight though is what I'm saying. But even the fight is though what I'm saying too, because you shouldn't have to fight if you correcting a man. Like, it shouldn't be like if you, like, yo, you come to me like, yo, listen, doc, I don't like what you said about XYZ. All right. Well,
yeah, you're right though, but men are creatures of conflict, and violence is the universal language. So I mean, at the end of the day, that's gonna hit. No matter how educated you are, how like, even if you got these things in check. When alpha meet alpha.
Yeah, but I mean, remember back in the days, we talking about when we kids, like, we didn't correct each other in love back then. We corrected each other loud.
Right.
You wrong.
Right. Raw.
Big snaps.
In
front of everybody.
You feel me? So it came down to the fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? But like, just like you eloquently put, Dave, is nowadays it's just that whole cancel culture. And then if you say the wrong thing to the wrong person,
It's an
your
altercation. It's an altercation. So nobody say nothing because nobody trying to have that smoke.
That's terrible, bro. Because now we walk around with people who believing that what they're doing is all right. Yo, put like this to not say nobody's name. I know some people, right, that's going through some stuff, and the crazy part is we've gotten so used to just saying that this individual is doing something to another individual, right? Like, oh well, he put his hands on her, but that's that's not all right. Like, we gotta stop making things all right by not saying nothing about them. Like, if something's wrong, you gotta call it out. But see, like you said, Dave, nobody want to deal with the smoke. But see,
it's that whole cancel culture, bro.
yeah, well,
Like,
guess what? I
And
you
then,
can't
really
cancel me.
afraid of the
and I'm
cancel
sorry.
culture. Like,
You
and
can't
this
cancel me.
generation, real for real. And Charlemagne the God says it all the time. He was like, this generation will never allow Malcolm Little to become Malcolm X, because he would have been canceled right at Malcolm Little.
Word.
And remember, he was a hustler, a thug, doing this, a womanizer. Maya Angelou, she would never became who she became in this generation. She was just been known as a prostitute, cut off,
Right.
canceled. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta allow people, especially at young in age, to allow them to grow. And just like us, we were chose peace back in the days, but now, man, the price of peace is priceless. We can't
Right.
put a number on that. You know what I'm saying? And just to kind of go back to that, even with our mindset sometimes set on peace, you still sometimes choose peace.
Let me tell you now, I've been
It, it,
blessed. I've been blessed, y'all. Like, and I'm gonna be very honest. I've
Sometimes,
been blessed.
sometimes if you just like look at it and you just get to the root of the problem, bro, like it go back to kind of what I was just saying about it's self awareness, and you can't say nothing to nobody because I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, like how can you address something if people have no self awareness? It's gonna go back to what I said about like if you don't believe in something higher than yourself, if you nigga, I ain't got no self awareness. Nigga, fuck you. Who you? Like
Right.
you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
it.
Like think
Like,
about it. You
and that
running
was me
around here
for many
lawless.
years.
You know what I'm saying? You
I'm not
running
gonna
around here
lie.
lawless without order. If that's the case, you know, and it's like, all right, but wait till life hits you. Yo,
Right in
I
the
was
mouth.
KB. I was telling there's a video of a construction worker. He an old man. He like 55 and he's like 6'4", 250. Look like a D end. Look like a retired Javon Curse. And there's these bulls in the train and they joking with him and they
oh,
cracking jokes. And he tell him, bro, I'm not the one. He bust Buddy eye socket. And the girl's egging him on, and the dude trying to get up and act like he's gonna do something. And he doesn't even know where he's standing.
leaking, but
And that's what I tell people all the time.
he
That's a
asked for it.
perfect example. That's a perfect example of people not being self-aware. You being led on by idiots and cackling hyenas, and you run into life. And that nigga done slapped the shit out of this kid. Like, yo, he knocked him out. I mean, shattered his eye socket. And he telling and buddy still talking shit. Talk about, oh, I got my people. And the buddy telling him, dog, I walk this platform every day, 5 o'clock. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's telling them, dog,
Whoever you
life is gonna
bring, you better
walk
be
this way
prepared to take
every
this
day,
ass
5 o'clock.
whooping
It's
too.
not gonna change.
Right.
Come with whoever you want. He gonna slap all of them. And it's just like people
That's
don't
life,
realize
though.
that shit. Like, because everybody living like right here, and it's just like, yo, the road down that way, my nigga.
For real.
And it's just like, you know, it's like, what can you say? And then the older I get, the more I start breaking shit down real quick. I'm just like, boop boop. All right, I ain't fucking with you. It's
That
that
ain't it.
simple. Like,
Mhm.
and then the reality, I heard something the other time. I heard something the other day. What was it? They said, especially in our community, it's you got God and you got Big Mama, and then after that, nobody else matters. So now Big Mama's out the way, so nobody got no respect no more. No,
Mhm.
it's everybody. Nobody even care no more. Everybody walking out the house looking crazy, but they wouldn't do that if Big Mama and Grandpa was around.
Right.
Thing
Like, you
is,
know what I'm saying? And then
you know,
now people don't
the
even
biggest
believe in
problem with
God
that,
or just take their religion in whatever way they want to go. So you can't tell nobody nothing because, oh, God gonna let me be the supreme being. I am God. I was designed like him. I am. So now you the shit. So now nobody can't tell you nothing. And it's like this is the world we living in now. It's like this
Big
is
Mama's
it.
still young. That's the problem.
This is it. No,
Big Mama's
there's
still clubbing.
and it's just like
Big Mama ass is in the club right now. Big Mama is now in the club. That's crazy. Like all the grandmas is like 45 and 50 years old right now. That's
40 the new
crazy.
20. 40 the new
Right,
20.
right. You got grandmas twerking on. It's crazy.
Yeah,
She used to be in the kitchen making cornbread. Now she's on the pole. Like that is crazy.
I was listening to somewhere dude was like, yo, since when do single women sit up at the front of the church, yo?
Wow.
Like,
Wow. That's different.
got mad kids and you just chilling. And it's just like, when did but now you can't even tell people like, yo, you shouldn't do it like that because then you lose all your leverage in a relationship. Nah, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. Be free.
Nah, but let me tell you something though. Like that whole free thought, that whole free mind is what's killing us. Like, and
I'm telling you.
this coming from a dude. Like this is crazy coming from me. Like this from me. I'm the breaker of every last rule there is. I'm the push against every rule. But the truth is, I know in order to get to the next level, they're playing for a reason. So now it's the space that I'm in.
You've had to start from the bottom. And you saw that without order, you wasn't gonna keep getting to the top.
The facts.
I'm like, let's be real, especially if you're the type of person that you want to go out there and get it on your own. Like, yo, like for real, like you start realizing when you get down to the bottom, when you start realizing once you get that confidence, you're like, yo, I could build.
Yeah.
You start getting to the bottom and you're like, oh shit, hold up, this shit is all out of fucking whack. And you start getting your shit together. You start being like, yo, hold up, I got to get the capital over here.
Word
all
up.
right, I got to get the equipment over here. All right, I got to get my business name over here. And then you start putting shit together. You're like, yo, hold up, this shit, like, and then you start to realize, you're like, yo, hold up, there was order behind this.
Yo, nigga, I ain't gonna lie. I was telling Dave earlier, I was literally contemplating, like, yo, Indeed.com. like,
a solid paycheck and just running the business thing hard.
Yo, listen, I ain't gonna tell y'all, everything is on your back as a business. Like when you run your business, if it don't rock, it's your fault. There's nobody to blame. There's no one giving you instructions to even move forward. So if you don't have structure up here or have a plan, oh, you are messed up.
Yeah, that's what they say, building a plane as it fly.
What?
Yeah, here's the thing, and this is gonna go to the business owners out there too. When we were young, and going back to young, don't mean to be all spiritual or everything, but you got to count up the cost. When you're young, you don't. You literally just shooting from the hip. You ain't aiming at nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just letting it go.
You think you can afford all the rounds in the world? You think you can buy all the ammo in the world?
you start counting up the cost.
Facts.
Because at this point, if you miss, it hurts. If you miss, it's destruction.
Yeah.
If you miss, baby, it's not just you; it's your babies who don't got food on the table.
Right.
If you miss, it's them who's outside with you and with all your stuff out on the lawn.
Right.
Your wife looking at you like your
you
girl
let me
looking
here?
like
you led me to this. Yo, let me tell y'all, that was one of the craziest things I had to really, really eat. Is when I had to watch and look at my wife and know that she didn't trust my leadership. Like when I looked at her in the eyes, y'all, when I looked at her, and I was like, oh, you don't believe me. You don't believe me. Like you don't believe it. Yo, KB, that shit hurt, bro. Like I was like,
it does.
I was like, fuck. And the crazy part about it was I couldn't even be mad at her because she was right, yo. Because I'm watching myself. Like I'm not leading myself. I don't have a structure for my own self. And how am I asking her to follow that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I ask you to follow a structure that don't exist?
And on top of that, you messing around with a planner.
On God.
Yeah, all right.
and look, that just go back again to self-awareness, and just trying to find your purpose and killing your ego. Yo, if you got ego, you're not gonna be self-aware. You gotta kill your ego just to become self-aware. Because it's just like, yo,
ego,
the road is long, bro.
I was gonna say ego, emotions, have the grave filled with people
Mm.
and the prison filled with us.
Facts. Yo, I'm sitting here as you were saying that, yo, I'm like, wow. Because the truth of the matter is, like, if you don't have awareness, like, you can't grow.
You
It's
cannot.
impossible to grow, yo. Like, and like now that I look back to my own my old mindset, is like, wow.
Can
The
tell you
more that I
nothing.
thought I knew, I really knew nothing. And the more I learn now, that's the more I still know I know nothing.
Hmm.
Like,
I was listening to this little Mexican this Mexican American dude, and he says one of the keys to improvement is to put yourself in a mind frame that you're going to be a forever student.
mm-hmm.
And I had to sit there and think about that, and I was like, yo, for real, like yo, like stop thinking you know something, yo. Like if you know someone's up on game, just shut up and listen, man.
Right,
And if he even got the grace to answer a question, man, just shut up and listen, man. Because
right,
sometimes we don't like we listen and we're like, yo, oh, I ain't like the way he trying to tell me that shit. He act like he know everything. Yo, maybe you should just shut up and listen.
right,
It's a
Maybe
fact.
you should, because sometimes we don't like that. Because I know I've had the problem all my life, you know, because I've always had to work hard at companies to come up and get good pay. So I've had to eat a lot of shit, man. I've had to eat a lot of shit at companies. So it's like I learned, like, yo, one of my most hardest jobs. I had a pain in the ass manager, but dude, that dude made me 100 times better. Because I stopped listening to the way he was talking. I was actually listening to what he was saying, and I was
mm,
like, oh, I get it. You don't like to do double work. I
mm,
feel you. Me neither.
right, right.
Like and I'm just like I'm looking at it like, oh damn, that's what he meant. I no wonder he was talking to me crazy like that, because he don't like doing double work. Okay, I get
And
it.
yo, you know what's so crazy too? Like I had like that's maturity right there, D. Because it's like when you're once again go back to your awareness, because I know me growing up and y'all both know my moms. Like the kind of moms I got, you don't just when somebody raises their tone of voice to you, it sends you to another space. So it's like if you raise your voice to a certain decibel with me, I'm not even hearing what you're saying anymore.
No, I was just getting ready to be transparent too, because that's something I'm
Like,
still working.
I'm still
I'm
working, yeah, and like that's part of the reason why I am an entrepreneur full time. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, because the last person that tried to tell me something
Yo, who you
crazy.
talking to? Who you talking
yo,
to?
All right, so I can tell this story because I got Dave on the podcast. So check this out, y'all. I used to work for this company. I'm not gonna say their name right now because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I used to work for this company, right? And this dude, he became management, and all of a sudden, he became this real tough guy, I guess, right? So I had my tooth, right? My tooth was coming out my face. It was crazy. I had a mean toothache. But I'm on probation. So I don't want to miss no work. So I said, I'm gonna tough it out. I'm going to work, and the next day I'm getting my tooth pulled. So that night, I come to work. I see my man Dave. I got pills in my pocket to take, so I get me through the night. I tell you about it. If you see me crying at my desk, don't ask me what's wrong with me. My tooth hurt. I'm gonna be all right. Boom. Long story short, I leave work that night. No, I'm lying. But before that part, I throw up in the garbage can. I took all them pills that night. I'm sick as a dog. I'm like, yo, I'm going to get my tooth pulled. I get the tooth pulled. I stay out a day. I come right to work. Yo, I get back to work, right? I'm at my desk, sitting like this, and we have two conveyor belts that's in the middle of the aisle. And then the other side was where Dave sat at his desk. So the manager comes down the aisle and goes to Dave, hey, you know this bitch over here was crying? What did you say?
Who?
What did you wait?
Oh, okay.
What did you what? I said, what did you say? Because I'll knock you out, nigga. I will punch your face off. I will. So now, I guess, like at that point, I realized I wigged because I'm like, oh, I might just cost myself my job. I just told my manager I would knock him out. But neither here nor there. He after I said it to him, he looked at Dave like he just wasn't sure, and he looked at Dave, and Dave was like, "Yo, don't look at me." You just told you called that man a bitch. Not me.
This got nothing to do with me, man. Like, yo, what you looking at me for, bro? You talking to him, man. Like,
and to the point, that's exactly why I'm no longer working in there, because I don't have that. Like you, I don't, after you say the wrong words to me, nothing else you says change. Nothing else is coming out with any kind of context that I'm going to hear and understand in that space.
That's the truth.
I be trying though. I do.
I had a knife pulled out on me.
Oh yeah.
because of somebody told me. You know what I'm saying?
Maintain low tones.
It's I'm working on it, Dave. You understand me? So, and what you just said kind of convicted me, because it all plays. No, it does. It plays a role in terms of our ego.
Seriously.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like you say, you got to eat the shit.
Yeah, because it's like that road long, and if that's the route you're gonna take along that road, you might not make it, bro.
Yeah.
You just might not make it. Like, I mean, if that's what you're gonna put your energy into, it's like, dude, like, come on, man. We got a long way to go, man. And like, especially for us as guys, dude, like, unfortunately, like, I don't know, like, yo, the world be like, the way society made things, like, people don't realize, like, we're the ones who get better with age. Like, not the women. We're the ones, because it took us so long to get here.
Right.
Like,
right.
And you, KB, you were saying something too earlier that I was like, I was gonna touch on. You was talking about happiness, yo. Yo, you can't put happiness on a scale. That shit is an emotion. Like, I can't promise you're gonna be happy, KB. You can tell me exactly what you want to do. You want to be a Sony record AR a thing. All right, you got it. Yo, that shit ain't gonna make you happier, bro.
Facts.
Like, yo, you might not even see your family now because you got to work so much.
Facts.
That what you wanted? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you got to work your way to that road long, bro. That road long. You got to figure out what is it exactly you want. So it's like, how can I promise my shorty, like, yo, you're gonna be happy? Like, yo, I'm gonna build some shit, and it's gonna, yo, you might not like the way it look at first. You might not like the way you might not like the way I go about it, but it's part of it, you know. Like,
but towards that point of happiness, though, Dave, like I don't guarantee my wife happiness, because I don't guarantee nobody happiness. Word.
I can't.
And look how you got a successful relationship,
right?
Because
like her happiness is predicated on her
deep down inside.
Right, like your happiness can't be predicated on anybody else. It's impossible.
She know deep down inside, like, yo, this guy's gonna protect me. He gonna take care of me. He gonna take care of his kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like the way this shit going right now, but you know what? He been consistent at that.
Right.
Yo, I might as well.
Facts.
Like, at the end of the day, if a woman ever tells you, "This is what I need to be happy from you," or "This is what I need," bro, it's a setup.
Use a runner. Use a track star.
Yes, you better set expectations right then and there. Because my G, she's setting you up for the failure.
And it just like, I think we be like, I grew up single mom with a single mom. So they kind of train you to like tell women what they want to hear. And I think that's been my biggest mistake through my adult life. Like I said, 4 years ago, I realized, yo, that's not the way you live your life, bro.
Right.
Because then that shit takes you off your purpose. And it's just like,
you can't live that way, bro. Like,
they don't even know what they want to eat for lunch, bro.
And that's an argument.
That's a say, bro.
Like, so come on, like, how I'm gonna promise you happiness? Like, I really can't.
Yeah.
Maybe like when I'm 60, I could make some guarantees, but like right now, I can't make you no guarantees.
Nah, I can guarantee you that if you're not happy on your own, you won't be happy with me. I can make you that guarantee. Like, and one thing I've learned too about what happiness actually is, is something that you create. It's not something that happens to you. Happiness is something you create. You don't. It doesn't.
And I think happiness
I'm happy now because it happened to me.
I think happiness comes in moments. There are moments. It's not a big thing like this. It's a lot of small moments, like the time where like you and your girl first realized, like, shit, we bought a crib together. Like, bam. Those moments like that, you see
Mhm.
that it's a big thing, but that small little moment
Yeah.
when you realize like, oh shit, baby, we got the money from the bank, we got this, we signed the deeds, we did that. Like that small moment, like that's happiness.
Yeah.
Happiness ain't supposed to be some shit that lasts from Monday to Sunday. Like,
Like it's I think
like
that happiness is something that is a mind space that you can go in and out of. Like right now, like when I sit here and I close my eyes and I think about the birth of my children, it's one of the happiest moments of my life. So
moment,
you know what I mean?
moment.
Like, and I can take that moment and like you said, it can't you can't stretch it, but I can take that moment and live it, right? I can get that moment. That was a joint,
Yeah,
and then
Think
come
about
back.
it. It
you
was
know,
9 months for a whole life.
you
Fact.
know
9 months
what
for
you
a
know
whole
what it
life.
is, and you know how to stretch those moments into Monday through Sunday. It's your mindset, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you take those moments and you deposit them in the bank,
Right.
all those little moments, and you
Right.
deposit them in the bank. And when those time that comes that you're not happy, you could go and
Talk
Right. That
that
withdraw
shit,
from
my
reservoir.
guy.
moments,
Talk it. That's
because
it.
at that
You ain't
point,
lying.
like
That's
you,
it.
I think to be happy, you gotta be grateful.
Yeah.
You
Word
you
up.
gotta. I mean, at the very littlest things, bro. I walk into my house, I flip on the lights, and they come on, bro. Like I
Yo,
know it's
yo,
because I
yo,
paid the
put the key
bill,
in your
but
door.
still, I had it, bro.
The
You
key, you
you
put the
understand
key in
me?
your door. Like,
You understand me, bro?
Woo!
And those little things, bro, that just could, and you just withdraw them whenever you feel a little bit down. You take withdraw from here and now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you were able to actually feel.
mm-hmm,
I think we don't do that enough. We don't feel
mm-hmm.
enough. We just go every day and we just this mundane thing, but we gotta feel it, bro.
Yo, my,
And I
my
think once
my
we feel it,
mentor
we'll.
tells me is like, yo, if you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, you don't have a life. And what that means is if you can't get yourself and center yourself and just find peace and find peace and joy within yourself in those moments, you're not living a life that's worth living. Because now
Man,
you don't even have a space where you can really find and get in tune with your own feelings. Because like a few episodes ago, we discussed, yo, this entire life that we live in is all about a feeling. We do everything based
Based on
upon
feelings.
feelings. We don't buy
When did
cars,
we become that? When did we become that though?
bro.
When did that happen?
I
Like
don't
when did
know.
that happen?
But think about this. From the beginning of time, D. Now that I think about it, because think about this: you get married because you like the way that person makes you feel. You want to be with them all
Nah,
the time.
bullshit. That's not why your grandmama married your granddaddy. I put
mm,
money on it.
talk about it.
Why did my granddaddy marry my granddaddy?
Why? Why?
Yeah,
Because your grandmama said, "Oh, look, that man looks strong. That man look like he gonna be able to work a good couple of years, and we probably have a house and retire, have some kids somewhere together." That what she said. She didn't say, "Oh, he make me." She didn't say, "Oh, he blow my back out." She didn't say, "Oh, he makes my stomach feel like butterflies all day." He didn't say that. She didn't say that. I put money on it. Your grandmama didn't say that. I
nah,
put
that's a
that.
fact.
You see what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
we we our gener our parents messed us up for us. They stopped listening to Big Mama and Grandpa, and that's
but
what happened.
hold on, D, because now I'm just like, yo, not all the
I,
way is that like, 'cause, like think about this, like my relationship is not built upon the same stress that they had. Like my relationship is not predicated on, oh, well, let's get together so we can make do together, because that's what it was back in the day. They needed someone else to make do. You needed someone else to come through and make do. Two individuals who can be okay by themselves came together and created a family.
How many people do you
problem.
know have done that successfully out of just liking each other? Not many. You see,
Not
what
many.
happened was that Cassie realized, oh shit, this dude's consistent. You know what? This shit might turn into something. And you thought the same thing about her. And look at y'all now.
True.
I
You
think
feel
the
me?
thing I can't even blame it on our parents. I can blame it on their parents. I think the biggest thing, and it's the miseducation of the Negro, and I don't even hate to take it here. I'm going to take it here. Um, it's the whole desegregation thing when we decided to take our money to the white man because we thought their water was colder.
Mm.
And that's where the breakdown of the home came down, because back we had more black homeowners then than we do now.
we also had more black marriages back then. Our marriage percentages of black people
Mm.
was higher. A
Under,
lot was more back then.
But hold
What
on,
understand
all
but
this.
happened with
out
this
of struggle
freedom?
though,
With this
D. But
freedom
that's
chant?
I don't know if that was the right thing though, because
No,
it was struggle love like that.
li-
A lot of
no,
that love was predicated on I need you to make these finances. I
no,
need you as who you are.
listen to this right here. It was true love, bro. And it grew into that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go out here and you work and you bust your behind and you come back and you bring that bread in and then she does this, that's she gonna love you. It was pure love. At first it was because we needed
So
each other. It turned into that love. But
so
we'll
my
go back into it before you go there,
go
Dave.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I think it's because we decided, and this is in the Miseducation of the Negro, the book. We decided to let the the enemy teach our kids, as opposed to the us teaching our own. And
Mm,
financial literacy was taught back then. You know what I'm saying? Love was taught back then. How to treat somebody was taught back then. You know what I'm saying? But we was being taught by someone who loved us. Miss Mary looked like us.
mm.
Miss Schultz didn't give a damn about us.
No, not Miss Schultz though.
That was my third grade teacher, yo. This lady loved frogs, and she didn't give a damn.
About anything
She
else
gave a
but
damn about nobody
frogs.
else but them damn frogs, huh?
And please,
Can't be so traumatized.
If you feel me, I'm a freaking leave a Kermit the Frog slaughtered on your damn platform.
Yeah,
So you better
put an
pass me.
M80 in that man's mouth. Light him
you
up.
feel
Hurt Kermit, you fail me. I'll hurt Kermit. Don't play with me.
me?
Man,
But I
listen.
mean, it goes deep, bro. I mean, it really goes deep.
It does, but like look like when you talk about the grandparents with this whole like love thing, like see my grandma, well, fuck it, I'll go there. My grandparents are immigrants, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I got my grandmother that's from Belize, and I'm talking about 1916. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like my grandmother was a beautiful dark skinned woman, and she married a light skinned, tall, white Jamaican man. He wasn't the best looking guy, but he was the foreman. He was a foreman and an engineer.
mm.
And she realized, like, yo, this dude gonna get me out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, my grandma had 13 kids. Like that shit wasn't about no love. I'm sorry. After like this, yo, after like the fourth kid, it's like, yo, we doing something here. This ain't about love. Like, if you really think about it. So it's like, I believe that our parents broke this line. Like my parents, at least for sure. Cause like before that, like think about it, marriages was arranged.
Hmm.
Like even in the black community, I mean, you go to some southern places up in northern Florida and in Georgia, and they'll tell you, no, 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 you can't marry them. That's bad blood. They'll tell you.
Yeah.
So like that's why when people tell me like, oh, like yeah, no, like no, yeah, it was. There's a format to this. There's a format to this
And yo,
because
what's so
it's like,
crazy
look,
is like, cause like you made me realize too, D, by talking to you. Like, I guess I am a unicorn because like when
I
I
told
look
you the
at
other day. I told you the other day. You're not
when I look
supposed
at
to
my
be where you
life,
at. If you go by the stats, you're not supposed to be where you at right now.
and I don't, and I'm looking at everything of how it transpired. It's like when I listen to these coaches, these gurus, like these relationship coaches, I'm like, yo, wow, me and Cassie must have missed all those steps, but we was missing those steps, and I call them pure bliss, right? Why? Because while everybody's talking about the things you should be doing, we was getting to know each other. You know what I mean? Like I felt like it was the most organic thing I've ever done in my entire life because there was no plans on it. Like there was no, oh, let's look forward to the future together. Now we looked up one day and then we been together for 6 years.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not that I don't believe in true love or like love at first sight, but it's more than love. Love is a small part, dog. This is
Oh
a
yeah,
business we carrying, bro.
yeah, yeah. Love
Like we
don't
gotta
pay
be
none of
with
these
each other
damn
to
bills.
the end of life. Like,
Love
yo,
made these
love
damn
is a small
kids.
part of that thing.
No, wait a minute. Love is a bill. Love created two big bills that I have running through my living room right now,
And if you want
and
to
they come
touch
with
on that, love
inflation.
actually created a future investment.
Facts, Facts.
because that's just like yo. Like sometimes I like you really don't have to go that deep into it. Just think about us being in the village back in the day, yo. Think about us being in the village back in the day. You're gonna have to find somebody to help you hunt. Like, who's gonna help me bring the food every day back to this crib? Who's gonna help me skin the thing? I'm gonna have me some kids because I can't keep going to hunt, skin, help carry the water, bring the fire while my lady cook the. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we need more people to this.
Right.
It ain't. It's no longer right there. It's no longer about how I feel about that woman. Like, who's going? Oh, she helps me do this every day. She having my kids because anything that come out of her, she gonna teach them how to do that shit every day.
Word.
You feel me? So it's like we
Mhm.
keep like we've been so pacified. Like I say this shit all the time. I feel like this all the time. We learned so many things the wrong way in the 90s, and it was all based on like what
Rebellion.
what the corporations was trying to pitch to us. And we started, having this, oh yeah, like everybody want a Disney fairy tale. Like, oh, marry the dude with bread, get this, get that. And it's just like, at what point in time was anybody gonna tell you, like, yo, you gotta find someone you gotta build with, because this shit is gonna be a while.
And yo,
So
and that
here
right
we
there,
are.
D,
We think
nobody talks
like
about that part.
we don't know how to. We just, unfortunately, it isn't till you get older till you learn how to do relationships, man. It's
And
not.
and,
And
and that's why I can say now in this space, I'm kind of glad that there are relationship coaches, there are people that are trying to give game in this space, because bro, like there are so many people that all they need is a tweak in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like I've seen a lot of relationships that disintegrate, and all it really needed was a tweak, right? And whether it be conversation, finances, whatever it may have been, it just needed a tweak. And like you said, D, to the point of us in the '90s, I think so much of us was just trying to rebel against what we thought was wrong.
we had nothing to fight for. Think about it. I hear this shit all the time. And one of somebody I listen to very often, he says, "Yo, our parents had a war to fight. They had none. The parents, our grandparents before that had the civil rights movement. Yo, we don't have nothing to fight for. We got more than them, and we doing worse than them.
Mhm.
Facts.
Right,
Like,
that's true.
I think about it. We got nothing to fight for. We over here fighting, and unfortunately, you know what made me learn this whole hostility with the whole Black Lives Matter. Like, dog, I started realizing, like, y'all trying to give me a reason to be mad, and I already got enough shit to be mad at. And I started seeing how that shit became a propaganda,
Hmm.
and it was like, and I was waking up every day mad, just mad, and then people telling me what I got to do because I'm black, what I got to do this because I'm black. And I'm just like, dog, but that shit don't. I don't live like that. That shit don't apply to me. And I sat here and I started going through a bunch of things. Like, yo, what why am I so mad? Like, I know the world's fucked up. I knew this shit was fucked up. Like, y'all not telling me nothing new. And
Right,
everybody just giving you 10,000 problems, but no solutions. That's all they
bro.
showing you.
But that's
Problems,
but that's
problems,
but
problems.
that's the thing though. That's the new thing. Let's
Sometimes you
talk
gotta
about the
unplug.
problem, huh?
You gotta unplug sometimes, G,
You have to.
and feel okay about it.
Right,
You have
right.
to. You have to. You
It's a
have to. And
must.
it's just, it's something that I've been, and it's not till you get older, because when you younger than, when you
You
younger
don't
than
fight
30, you
everything.
think, oh, I'm gonna get this money gonna make it all better.
Right.
All right.
Yo, think about that for a second too, D. Like when we was younger, we said when we get to this point, we're gonna have this and it's gonna be this. Like you can't say that about nothing. Like you can't say that about anything. Like you can make a plan, right? You can have a structure towards that, but you can't say, well, in the future, when I get this, this is gonna be this. That's never the case.
Saying it is one thing, but working on it and having a plan and continue to work, then yeah, you do have a plan. But just saying it and thinking you got something and not really putting the work in, you ain't never gonna get it. And
Dunzo.
and when you young, you don't know about order, so that shit, success is hard.
We
Success
got
is
our
hard.
peoples in the comments cheering in with us right now. They celebrating and they egging us on with the content right now. So we appreciate y'all. We about to wrap this thing up. We coming down to the last 5 minutes, y'all. We haven't seen y'all in about 2.5 weeks. And guess what? We missed y'all. It's been dope. So we came through this week. We came and dropped some of this value. We enjoyed being with you guys.
Facts.
We're gonna be back here again next week. Now check this out. Do us a favor, like, comment, and subscribe to this beautiful podcast. Tell somebody, tell a friend about it, right? Because the more you tell somebody, the more downloads we get, the more impact we can make across this great platform into the world we living in. So guess what, y'all? We have shot another beautiful episode of this podcast. We want to take a moment to say we miss and we shouting out to all the imperfect fathers. KB down there, we thank you for pulling back up. Yo, Swizzle, we love you. We see you out there. TR Tribble, we see you out there being an imperfect father. And Dave, thank you so much for coming through and gracing the stage, my guy. We appreciate you. We're about to get up out of here, y'all. Anything you want to tell us, please DM us. Get in our inbox. You can also Gmail us, email us at our Gmail at imperfectfatherspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know any topic of conversation you want us to discuss and go into. We will have no problem with it. Let us know. We are all here for you guys to have this conversation and become better. So with that being said, fellas, do you have anything you want to tell the people before we get up out of here?
Drop your questions in, and what we'll do is we'll come on air and we'll answer your questions. We probably just create a segment. It just came to me just now where we start answering you guys' questions on air. So if you have any questions, or even if you want to chime in on this topic and you're watching it offline, say something, and if it's relevant, we'll come on air with it.
Absolutely. I love the idea, KB. That's phenomenal. Yes, please let us know. Interact with us. This is what it's all about. Interacting and having engagement. Yo, D, what you got for the people before we get up out of here, King?
Yo, just see where you are in life and see what kind of peace you need, bro. See what kind of peace you need. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a piece for every part of your life. You know what I mean?
Facts.
See what kind of peace you want. If it's just a piece of that you need, or you need a piece of this. You know what I mean? But figure out what kind of peace you need.
A little
Right.
bit of that.
Right. Yo, listen, what I'm about to do is I have peace in my house, and when my kids go to bed, I'm gonna get a piece in my house. Y'all hear me talking?
Being married.
Y'all hear me knocking? Let me in. All right, y'all. Listen, I love y'all out there, man. I appreciate you for joining us. You know that we do this every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, fathers, remember, to the world, you're just a dad. That's all you are. But to your family, you are the world. Don't you never forget that. So listen, until next time we see you, be good to yourself and the ones around you. And if you can't be good to the ones around you, that's okay. Just get those folk from around you. Yo, this is RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman, and this has been the Perfect Fathers Podcast. Y'all be blessed because we will. Peace, y'all.
Blessings.